Welcome to Vilnius, Lithuania, where from the front of buses to the signs on the street, everything is pro-Ukraine and NATO and anti-Russia right now. I guess the idea with this is that if they call Russia a bunch of times, it will pressure them out of Ukraine. But I personally think they should just get those call center guys to keep calling them about their car's warranty. Perhaps they can annoy them out. This is the Gate of Dawn. Completed in 1522, it is the only of the 5 city gates of the old city wall that survive today. Inside the gate is built the Catholic chapel of Our Lady of the Gate of Dawn, with the intention of both guarding the city from attacks and blessing travelers who enter. Let's do that right now. Here's a look back at the chapel of Our Lady of the Gate of Dawn. And oh look, here comes a schnazzy fella right now. Even the birds like it. This bird said, "Why use my ability to fly over it when I can nearly run into people and just go right through it?" Yahoo! Now, let's continue on into the old city.
Так ты ж мне сказал, перезвонить.
Old town. The more time spent here, the better. Flying out my nose. Shoot, why don't bug me? Come on. How pretty that is. Back towards the gate. Ooh, that looks nice.
This is the Church of St. Casimir and the Jesuit House. It was begun in 1604. We are now entering Town Hall Square, and that would make this Vilnius's Town Hall. There have been town halls for much longer, but the current building dates from the late 1700s. Here's a little sign of friendship between America and Lithuania on the side of the town hall. This quote was said by American President George W. Bush while visiting the town hall. I thought this was really cool, that the Lithuanian government lets people come in and stroll around the presidential palace courtyard and park on the palace grounds. You certainly can't do that at the White House or 10 Downing Street. Beautiful presidential palace in the courtyard here. It's really cool they let you walk around in here. But the light is getting low, so I think we'll call it a night here in a moment for sightseeing anyway, and come back tomorrow in the middle of the day. How cool is that? They don't only let you come into the presidential palace grounds, but they provide chairs and games if you want to hang around and play. Really cool of them. You don't see too many countries doing that. And now we are heading into an area called Uzupis, or as they like to call themselves, the Republic of Uzupis. Uzupis is an artistic, rebellious neighborhood that jokingly declared its independence on April 1st, 1998. On the walls of the buildings, they display their 41-article constitution with wacky things such as the right to have no rights. There are goofy street signs all over the place. It's just a fun place to take a little look around. Now on the third day in Vilnius, we pass by some familiar sights, such as the Gate of Dawn, and today an organ is being played in the chapel. And here we pass by Vilnius City Hall one more time. Right now we are headed for Vilnius Cathedral, its beautiful bell tower, and Gediminas castle tower, which you can see at the top of the hill in the background. We are now entering Cathedral Square. See the tower up there on the hill? And this, of course, being Vilnius Cathedral. The coronation of the Grand Dukes of Lithuania took place here, and many famous people from Lithuanian and Polish history are buried here from as far back as 1430. During the Soviet occupation, it was used as a warehouse. Services started again in 1988. Some of these sculptures, I can presume that's Moses. And this is the cathedral's bell tower. It was originally built as a medieval defensive tower in the 13th century, and later converted to the cathedral's bell tower. Up at the top, the tower has the oldest mechanical clock in Lithuania, and as you can see, it's quite stunning.
And it was in the 16th century that it was converted into becoming the bell tower for the cathedral. You can see the clock up there, the oldest mechanism working clock in Lithuania. So it's pretty cool too. Really cool looking tower. I like that bell tower.
And here is Vilnius's Palace of the Grand Dukes of Lithuania, built for them and the future kings of Poland.
Welcome to the Lithuanian National Museum, Palace of the Grand Dukes of Lithuania. It's pretty spectacular looking, I must say. It's big and powerful. I love that sculpture of the knight on the horse above the doorway.
Now on our way to Gediminas Castle Tower. It is the remains of what was once the upper castle. It is supposed to have great views of the old city and the new city as well. And check out this little train giving people rides around.
This wacky little train goes around in circles. Look for a way to make our way up to the tower. Well, that foils that plan. They have got the pathway blocked off. My plan was to go up to the top. They've got it all blocked off. It's not happening. So, scrap that idea. Would have been cool to go up into the castle tower anyway, and it's supposed to have a great view of both the old city and the new city. But not happening this trip. Phooey, I wish I had known that. But at least I could see it from down below. I guess it's better than nothing. The Three Crosses monument here was erected in 1989 to replace the three crosses that were here before that were made out of metal. The Soviet Union tore down in 1950. And those themselves had replaced earlier crosses made out of wood. And the site is to commemorate spot where 7 Franciscan monks were executed in the 14th century here. But yes, these were erected after the fall of the Soviet Union.
And next we're headed off to a couple more of Vilnius's biggest landmarks, St. Anne's Church and St. Bernardine Church, both built in the 1400s.
They are gorgeous. St. Anne's is a smaller one, and St. Bernardine's is the much bigger one in the back. St. Anne's Church up front here was built between 1495 and 1500. The Gothic style that was popular in the Baltic states at that time. Behind it is St. Bernardine's Church. And it is much larger. Here's the bell tower as well here. It's said that Napoleon liked St. Anne's Church so much that he wanted to reconstruct it, take it down, and bring it to Paris with him when he saw it in 1812. we just went into St. Bernardine's, the bigger one. St. Anne's, which I think might be the more beautiful of the two. Seems to be closed though, so won't be going in there. Alright, moving on from these beautiful churches, St. Anne's and St. Bernardine's.
Suddenly I feel like having a Whopper. No Whopper for you? Alright, have it your way.
I came back to the palace today, the presidential palace, and it's locked. There must be an event going on. See, there's red carpet out today too. So we can't go into the courtyard today, but we can go around to the front today. Lithuanian military. It's kind of cool looking. Here's the front of the presidential palace. Obviously they're going into the courtyard.
And here's where we are headed next. To the top of the bell tower at St. John's Church, the highest point in all of Vilnius.
Alright, here's where we're going up. Highest point in the city. So we should have a good view over the whole old city, hopefully.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll with a great view of the old city.
See the helicopters buzzing over the city. Here's the presidential palace here. There's the courtyard down below us. Off over here you can see the cathedral, the cathedral's bell tower, and the tower that I couldn't go up to. It is a great view of the whole city up here. A great side view of the cathedral there. Over here you can see St. Anne's Church and St. Bernardine's Church. Scared of heights? Don't look now. straight down. It's a good ways down. The friggin' thing is annoying. It sounds like a friggin' monkey. A lot of churches in this old town. Really pretty up here. I don't get scared of heights. I think I'm more nervous that I would drop my camera than I am myself falling.
And there's the town hall off in the background there.
Sweet view around this gorgeous old city. You can see the band in the courtyard of the presidential palace. See the soldiers marching down here.
Нет, не оттуда накидывать, там вот ремонт.
Before World War II, there were over 100 synagogues in Vilnius, which was really one of the higher cities. And after World War II, now this is the only working synagogue left. Built in 1903. I have noticed in the Baltic states there's a lot of these stores, restaurants, whatever you want to call them, shops called caffeine, which I can only presume is owned by Mormons. Well, continuing with my theme of incredible luck, I walked over here, which is a pretty long ways away from my hotel. And of course it's pouring down rain, and of course it's my last day in Lithuania. My flight is tonight.
And of course the museum is closed just today.
This is called the Museum of Occupations and Freedom Fights. You can see over here as well. This museum is located in the former Vilnius Synagogue Courts building, which was built in 1899 during the Soviet occupation in 1940 to 1941 and 1944 to 1990. The building belonged to the repressive Soviet institutions, among them the KGB, MGB, others. And during the Nazi occupation in 1941 to 1944, it was owned by German security. This is where plans for the annihilation of the population and persecution of dissenters were created. During the occupation, there was a prison in the basement of the building, and during the second Soviet occupation, there was a chamber for executing death sentences. The name of those who fought for freedom and were shot by Soviets in this prison in 1944 to 1947 were engraved in the circle of the building. In addition to the museum, the building currently houses courts of the Republic of Lithuania, divisions of the Genocide and Resistance Research Center of Lithuania, and the Lithuanian Special Archives, where archival documents of the Soviet security are stored. So yes, both the German security and the KGB, among others, were here, and they executed people. There's now a museum which I wanted to check out, but which will not be happening. Yes, there it is. There's the building where many people were executed. And now it's right next to an apartment building. I'm starting to get it. There's the wall over here. People that have been that were executed by the Soviets. And this building goes around that side and it comes around this side. See a lot of 1945, 1946, 1947s. All the stuff going on during the Cold War behind the Iron Curtain. Away with the regime, freedom for Lithuania. Interesting. Stuff going up here. Now after walking all this way in the rain, the sun is trying to come out. Although it is actually still sprinkling a little bit. There's the back of the building. It's a very big building.
Well, that marks the end of my time in Lithuania and the Baltic states. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I sure did. See you on my next adventure.